Anything can happen when two men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
This is gonna be different for you.
I think I said this before people killed me. I said that this reminds me, and it could be like Pacquiao when he fought De La Hoya. So at the end of the day, looking forward off of the last fight with Canelo, I like Crawford every bit as much as I did before.
Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight king, didn't hold back with his final verdict on the upcoming mega fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. While he respects Crawford's immense talent, he just can't picture him getting past Canelo when the two step into the ring on September 13th. I want Crawford to win, Tyson admitted, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. This guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. Tyson's take has only added more fuel to what's already being billed as one of the biggest showdowns boxing has ever seen. For him, the math just doesn't add up. He'd love to see Crawford pull off the historic upset, but when he studies Canelo's combination of strength, ring IQ, and legendary toughness, he just can't see a path to victory for the American.
I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there to see it. Because listen, there's been upsets like that before. You know, Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you know, you never know. Anything can happen when two men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
This fight has captured the imagination of fans worldwide, not just because of the belts on the line, but because of the monumental history at stake. Canelo walks into this contest as the undisputed super middleweight champion, a throne he has earned through years of brutal dominance. For Crawford, the stakes are even more unique. Already an undisputed champion at both super lightweight and welterweight, he now attempts to achieve something no male fighter has ever done before, becoming undisputed in 3 different weight classes.
Go back and forwards, to be honest with you. Like, when I talk to Bud, I kind of like, he convinces me that he's going to win the fight because he's such a believer in his own ability, and he's very convincing. And then you see the presser yesterday, and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo, then I sort of leant towards Bud, but now I'm back with Canelo, so we'll see.
I think it's going to be a great fight. There is a disadvantage in regards to the weight classes. If there wasn't, it would be a 50-50.
And the predictions from the sport's biggest names have been just as divided. William Skull, who just went 12 rounds with Canelo, believes the difference in natural size is simply too much to overcome. Ryan Garcia, who felt Canelo's power in sparring, expects Crawford to land clean shots, but doesn't believe they'll have any real effect. He has the best chin I've ever seen, Garcia said of Canelo. I just think that he's biting off a little bit more than he can chew.
Crawford Canelo, Rod.
Oh.
Keep it a stack. This is the fight of the century. Everybody's talking.
I know.
How do you see it, man?
Man, I really see I see that Bud is gonna do good. He's gonna do good. But I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud like getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with some good shots, but they have no effect. That's the thing.
He has the best chin that I've ever
Bro,
seen.
and nothing moves his head.
Yeah, I've never.
So
I seen one time Triple G hit him, and he kind of like, and then he's right back on it.
Bro, that's the thing. Like, I know he's gonna be able to hit Canelo because I've seen Canelo in sparring where he like, not that he's getting hit. Well, he is getting hit, but it's so ineffective that what he's doing is just he imposing himself too well, and I see that happening.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, Crawford is a great fighter. I think he's one of the best. I just think that he's biting a little bit more than he could chew. But you never know. If anybody can do it, it could be Crawford. You know, I do see him like when he fights. I'm like, damn, how do you beat this guy? You know, he could do it all. He could box. He could bang. He could, you know, step on the gas when he needs to. He could, you know, he could do everything. The only thing I see is sometimes he gets cracked with some crazy ass shots. But other than that, I mean, he's really one of the most complete fighters I've seen in my life.
Then there's Shane Mosley, another former Canelo opponent, who envisions a competitive early fight before Canelo's size and strength gradually suffocate Crawford's rhythm. For these fighters who have been in the ring with him, the story is the same. Canelo's physical presence is a force that skill alone cannot always overcome.
Canelo versus Crawford coming up very soon. Who do you got for that one? How do you see it going?
It's going to be a great fight in the beginning because Crawford is a good great fighter as well. I think that the size difference is going to be too much for Crawford. And I think that once they, start mingling and battling, I think that Canelo might be able to get Crawford. But anything can happen. I mean, Crawford can catch him on chin too. I mean, it's not like it's a for sure thing. It just seems that Canelo has speed and his power at that weight, so it's going to be hard for Crawford to do anything, I think.
If you believe this is Canelo's fight to lose, hit that like button and let me know your prediction in the comments below.
Opinion on Canelo Crawford. How do you think that fight plays out?
It's a difficult fight. Crawford, he has the skills to box and stay on the outside, but Canelo has the power, the size advantage, so it's a very difficult fight to call. I know Crawford will have to box a perfect fight for 12 rounds. Canelo can change the fight with one punch, so it's a very difficult fight. I've been saying that I favor Crawford. People don't like it, but it is what it is. I would favor Crawford in this fight.
But a growing chorus of respected voices is siding with the underdog. Rising star Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez is confidently picking Crawford, believing his ring IQ and adaptability outweigh the physical disadvantages. Arislandi Lara, who went the distance with Canelo in a controversial classic, also sees a path for Crawford, but it's a specific one. He believes movement will be the key, advising Crawford to never allow the fight to become a brawl and to make Canelo chase him.
Very interesting 50-50 fight. He just feels that Canelo's very strong right now, and he wants to figure out to see how Crawford's going to handle the power, especially in the early rounds, and what's going to happen. So yeah, he said he remembers fighting Canelo back 14 years ago it is now, and he said he remembers he uses legs real good, and as long as Crawford uses his legs and he doesn't let Canelo just hit him in the arms and beat him up in the arms, he has a very good chance of fighting.
That's not easy for Crawford. I mean, it's Canelo has the big advantage, but Crawford needs to manage well his body, his speed, and his power, because he's moving up to another level of weight.
I asked this because you did it with Margarito. You went to 54, and people were like, "Oh my God, this guy's so big, Margarito!" But your speed made the difference in that fight. Well, what advice would you give a smaller guy like Crawford to fight someone like Canelo, who's a lot bigger and stronger?
Preparing like that opponents, is not only the speed, but the techniques that you can use in the fight. Like, make sure that in your daily routine, training routine, like that, make sure that all the techniques, strategy, combination, it's accurate to your opponent's style. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when you have a exam, a math exam tomorrow, you have to review right now a math subject. You don't need to review English subject or a science subject. You have to review math subject, because tomorrow you're going to have a exam. You're going to exam a math subject. That's
a hard exam.
Have you been in there with Crawford? Yeah. So you've been in there with Crawford. You've been in there with Canelo. What can you take from sparring both of them to gauge what's gonna happen in September?
Preparation is going to definitely be everything.
And then there's Manny Pacquiao, the legend who knows more than anyone about climbing through divisions. He has put his faith firmly behind Canelo, a powerful endorsement that adds another layer to Canelo's favorite status. But others, like Kyron Davis, believe Crawford's mental toughness will level the playing field, while Richardson Hitchens thinks Crawford's unique, crafty style is a puzzle Canelo has never had to solve.
I think Terence Crawford is one of the most craftiest dudes that Canelo going to be in the ring with. Hand speed, IQ, long arms, speed, power, switch hitter. I just think that it's going to be a lot it's going to be something different for Canelo, but then Canelo's Canelo. Canelo been first title defense was in 2011 versus Ricky Hatton, and he's still on top to the present time. So this is over 10 years. We're going on like 15 years of this guy fighting on the championship level. So there's nothing new for him. So I do believe that it's going to be a huge fight for both guys. But obviously I'm backing Bud. I have a personal relationship with Terence Crawford, and he's a black fighter, and I do want to see my own winning. I think Bud is a great guy, especially always being hands-on with the young fighters coming up behind him, guys like me, Shakur, Devin Haney's, being in the gym with guys like us, and just giving us free game and shit like that. So I think that would be motivation for the young ones behind him to show him like, yeah, like I could do it, like you could do it too. So I really want to see Bud win that fight, and I think that he can.
What about Canelo and Crawford?
Crawford. No hesitation. No hesitation.
I want to see that fight.
Big Bud. Big Bud. We're going to have to roll Canelo up. We're going to have to pack him up, baby.
But how hard is the jump from 47 to 68?
I mean, listen, it's a very big challenge. But what I said, with his skills and the way he's adapted to the size, brother, when I seen them stand toe-to-toe and side by side, I said, game over. Terence Crawford. And listen, don't be surprised if he stops him. I'm telling you.
Who?
Don't be surprised
if Canelo stops Crawford.
Terence Bud Crawford stops Canelo.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I love you. Skills pay the bills. See that, Cody? Skills pay the bills.
But perhaps the boldest prediction of all comes from Zab Judah. The former world champion believes Crawford can not only win, but can actually stop Canelo late in the fight. It's a shocking take, considering Canelo's legendary chin, but Judah sees a cerebral fighter in Crawford, someone who can break down his opponent piece by piece over 12 rounds. Israel Madrimov, who recently faced Crawford, called it a fight that could go either way, depending on how well Crawford adjusts to the weight.
The perspective, having fought Terence, him now fighting Canelo, moving up 2 more weight classes to fight a lot bigger guy.
Сейчас всем интересно вот это бой, потому что они занимают паунд по паунду. У Крофорда есть высокий IQ, и обоих стойках он может боксировать, он можно давить и бегать, и даже ближний бой тоже может. Поэтому мне тоже интересно, если он не набирает лишний вес, может тоже выиграть это. Есть шанс.
Get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. Terence is not going to see anything that he hasn't seen before. No, he hasn't seen this beast on fight night, but he's seen versions of this beast for a very, very, very long time. People have said that he's a blown up 147-pound fighter. If you remember, he said it was hard for him to make 147 when he fought Errol Spence Jr. I was like, yo, how was that possible? I didn't realize like he was really doing everything that's needed to gain the weight properly. Most fighters don't know how to gain weight and fit into a weight class properly. He's done that.
And finally, there's Sean Porter, who has gone toe-to-toe with Crawford and knows just how dangerous he is. He doesn't believe size alone will decide anything, respecting Crawford's ability to make rapid, genius-level adjustments in the middle of a fight. All of these voices, from Tyson's doubts to Judah's bold prediction, paint a picture of just how monumental this fight really is. On one side stands Canelo Alvarez, the proven king at super middleweight. On the other, Terence Crawford, the master technician, aiming to make history with a leap no one has dared before. One thing is certain, when the bell rings in Las Vegas, the entire boxing world will be watching, waiting to see if Tyson's doubts ring true or if Crawford can silence them by pulling off the impossible.